Okay, so we've got all our introduction out of the way. We've got all our data. We've got all our geometries. We shouldn't have to worry about anything now. We've got, as you can see in here, we've gone through the process of checking that all of these mesh together in the right directions as per the introduction. And I've got my data in here. So this is, we're going to start off with the crown diameter here, and we are going to use the changes and grades and elevations that I've got in here. So let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. So we're going to start off by having a profile view through that piece of geometry, and it tells me at the top that's the design crowns GCR1. Excellent. So let's get our views sorted out. So it tells me in here I need to start at the beginning at 1000. All my geometries start at 1000, which is good. Again, normally I would probably go through and have some reports already printed out, or the geometry reports, because generally I'd like to know how long these are. So for instance, this one in here. Actually, let's go with the diameter here, because that's what we're dealing with. So if I go to a report of that, the thing I'm interested in is how long it is. Okay, so we're starting at 1000. It's 112.155 long. You can work that out yourself. So that's how I'm getting the data in here. So that's where that end chainage is. Excellent. So don't underestimate the horizontal reviews. They're very good. You can just go and pick another thing. So if you just wanted the length in here, you didn't want to have to plow through all this data to get to the length. You can just click on length. Okay. So here we go. Let's start off. We'll be good users by getting a good feature definition, locking onto it, and we're going to start by doing a profile line, and we're going to use Civil AccuDraw. Okay, and we're going to turn it on. Why are we using Civil AccuDraw? And by the way, be very careful. Civil AccuDraw looks different in a plan view to a profile view. As you can see, completely different plan view, profile view. So we use this because it really makes life easy. You can see it gives us things we don't have to. We can just key in our stations. So we'll go for 1000 meter at the start, and I want this to be at 50.25, like so. So that puts a little blue cross in there. And now again, referring to my spreadsheet, I need this to be a grade of 1.5% up here. So being very careful, because I'm still in the station field, I need to tab down to the length field, and you'll notice the two arrows, left and right arrows. So using my cursor keys on the keyboard, I can go to the slope and type in 1.5%. And I'm just going to drop in a length in here. It's not important how long it is. I really don't want a very long straight section in here, so we'll just put a short one in, and you'll see how I build this up later. So again, we're going to go to the end, which is going to be 1112.155. It's all in the spreadsheet. And an elevation again of 50.25. So let's accept that point. Okay, it's going to play silly devils. So let's just turn that off and turn it back on again. Let's just make sure we can get these numbers right. 55 and 50.25. Okay, I'm sort of hoping to see the data in there, but it seems to want to jump. Oh, that's better. It's working now. Now, again, I have to go down to here and go across to here. Now, I'm going to put 1.5% in again. Now, you might think that's negative 1.5% because we're going down, but of course, we're working everything from left to right, not from right to left. So I'm going to drop that in. Now, I'm still a little bit unsure if it actually got that elevation I wanted. So if I click it and go over the little dot at the beginning, we're good. So 112.155, that's good, and that's good. So if these were wrong, if I did something wrong in here, we could always go and click on the values in here, especially if it lets me do it. Come on, there we go. We can go and click on those, and we could go on and click and change them. There we go. They're right, they're not a problem. So now I want to do a reverse transition between here. So we'll go to our complex geometry, profile reverse transition, and we'll just follow the prompts. So it says identify the first element, And then the offset, well, I want the offset to be 0. I don't want to have a step. Second element, and again, the offset is 0. And then we need to tell it where to start. Now, I really do want to start a very short section in here. So that's 300 millimeters. I really do want a short section, so I'm just going to go for about 200 millimeter start in there. Go up to the other end. Let's go up to the other end, there it is, and do a similar thing. So we'll just go in about here. It's fine. And then we're going to accept the trim and extend option, which is both. So that is both trimmed. If you get that wrong, it's not a problem. It can be changed after the event. Okay. So let's go and have a quick look at that and make sure we're all happy. Let's close Civil AccuDraw down. That's looking good. So I need to chain this together. So we're going to, again, do a complex geometry, profile complex by elements. Now, because I've got my spreadsheet, I can go and copy the name that I want to use. So it's design crowns, paste that in there, and I'll just put a dash and then profile in, just to give me a proper good name. So you can see the name I'm going to get in here now. And all I have to do is select the starting element and it'll join everything up for me. So again, there it is. There's its full name, and of course if I wish to, I could go to a vertical report on here just to check these numbers, check that I've got them right and I'm happy with them. There's the 1.5% grade, there's the finishing elevation 50.25, 50.25, everything's perfect. So that's good. We're good to go. So that's pretty much how we can use something like the reverse transition to do that, and that's a symmetric parabola. So each of these halves are symmetrical. So we can control that any which way we want to. We could, of course, have chosen to do an inclined plane in here. We could draw a triangle perhaps and then set some elevations to give us a plane. That might have been a good way of and then draping upon that, draping the circle upon that. But for today's use, I'm gonna go with what we've got here. Mainly because this is low here and this is high here, so that's why I'm working my way up to it. We could have even had slightly steeper grades in here if we wanted to, just to ease this up and this down, because this is high and this is low. So we may look at changing that at some point in the future, but initially that's all we're going to do for the crown diameter.